What's up guys, and today I'll be showing you how to take the water pump cover off. This is your actual water pump. The hoses come here into your radiator, then through your radiator up to your coolant bottle, which is behind this light. All you have to do to check it is there's one screw there and one screw just there. You want to take those off, and then this cover should come out, and you can check your coolant and fill it up. This is the Yamaha Raptor RR. This is the same as an areox engine, except it's got no disc brake. So what you want to do, there should be 3 of them, and all they do is there'll be one there, one up there, if it zooms out, and one down there. You want to take those 3 off, and now what you want to do is there's a plastic plate. This covers your oil pump. So there's 2 actual fillet head screws. You want to take that one off, and then that one down there off. And once you take that off, the plastic plate should come off. Take that off now, like that. Now the plate is free, look. Now we can pull away the water pump cover. So now we have our Sato, obviously, and our water pump. Now I've got a coolant leak, as you can see, so I'm going to take these 3 bolts off to actually get to the spindles and check that out why that is leaking. So I'll flip the plate, this cover off, and there is a little it's called split pin there. You want to take that split pin off, make sure it doesn't ping off the C-clip off. There is a little hack that you can do, is once you get one of these, the sides up, if it focus, that'd be nice, you can get some fine multiple wire and take one strand and wrap it in this hole. And now what this does is, if you pull this and it flings off, you can either have a longer piece, or it'll be easier to find, because obviously it has to be tiny in this massive mess. That's another tip I'll show you. Obviously, once you've done that, now you want to flip this over, and you're gonna have this little plastic wheel with the holes in it, and then you're gonna have a little metal rod going through the actual hole here. So this one, you want to take this out as well. Now in my case, can you see that movement? That is letting water in, and that can be one of your problems. Sure that coolant's topped up, and check any of the leaks around here, especially this cover, and then the head gaskets on these sometimes do leak, so you want to check that, make sure that's not leaking. Done that, all you have to do is push this plastic propeller out by pushing this metal rod. Sometimes it could be quite hard in there. As you can see, that's done, and that will just sit right in the groove like that. And that is what pushes your water around. Done and everything, you want to grab a flathead. Well, I've done a flathead. You're meant to use a bearing puller, but not many people have a bearing puller. All you do is grab a hammer, grab a flathead, put it on the metal part, and whack. Not hard, don't smash it, and it should just pop out like that. Now, there should be 2 bearings, and they are a 608D. Some skateboard bearings. I am using a skateboard bearing off of, I think it was Amazon. RS spacers and bearing back in. The spacer goes in the middle. Up there's a spacer there. That goes in between these 2 bearings, so it sandwiches it. Basically, what I'm doing to push in the bearings is getting a socket, a 14mm socket with a half inch 14, and popping it there, and then using a rag, I'm using a vice, using a rag so I don't damage this aluminium, and just pushing them in there. But you don't want to be pushing too much because you do not want to break this part, but also you want it to be flush with the casing, just like that. Should look like something like this, with the space in the middle, the two new bearings like that. Install this rubber washer, just going like that. They spin nicely, then you want to turn it around and then grab your plastic wheel with your rod in and your C-clip. You want to put your rod back in, push that all the way in. If it's not going down, take it off and move the pin just a little bit left and right. Try to get a line up to that. We're going to install the C-clip onto that. That's in. All I use to take this C-clip it off and then on is just two of these pips, and just put them in the hole and pry them together. So it should look something like that. Perfect. I have sprayed it quickly, so time to pop that back on now. Now we are ready to put it back on. So you want the two facing the ground and then the one facing the sky. Don't worry, you can't really put this on wrong because the actual pump housing won't line up. So you want to line the housing up with the holes and then torque it down to 6.5 Newton meters. So I've got a torque wrench and I'll torque them down to 6.5 Newton meters. Don't forget the rubber gasket. Done that, now you can put the three bolts on the actual housing. So one goes there, one goes there, one goes there, and then they just line up there. You have to torque these down to 7 Newton meters. So the hexagon, 7 Newton meters. You could do this by hand, but I've got a torque wrench, so why not? You can do it by a ratchet, but just do not put too much pressure because you will rip the threads out of the soft aluminium, or you risk snapping the bolts. Bit of advice: the one on the top up there, Allen key set that has a little bit so you can angle it, because this frame mount is actually in the way, so you can't use a straight Allen key. Phillips bolts. One goes just there, and one goes just down there. But you have to use a stubby screwdriver with this because the long ones do not fit in this small gap.